What's up, guys? I'm here for week 119 of the DVD Fiends, and today I will be talking about one of Stuart Gordon's most underrated movies. Actually, his most underrated movie. Definitely one of his best movies. One of my favorite movies. One of my personal favorites of the decade. Edmond. It's actually a very easy to find movie. As you can see, I got mine at Blockbuster when it was going out of. Well, not when it was going out of this back. This was like 2 years ago when I got this, but they're out of business. You could find this just about anywhere. But it must have gotten just a very small limited release because I can't find anybody that really knows about this movie. Even it's not exactly a horror movie, and the only reason I'm really reviewing it for the DVD Fiends is because it's still a Stuart Gordon movie, and it deserves a lot more people to see it. It does have very graphic moments in it. Nothing too bad, but it's enough of it's dark enough of a film to recommend to horror fans. Because if you're a horror fan, I mean, shit, you're gonna like it. It's a great, very well written Stuart Gordon movie. But anyway, the movie follows William H. Macy's character as he goes home one day from work. On his walk home, he stops into a psychic just on a whim and pays for the session. She reads him with tarot cards and realizes that he is not where he's supposed to be. That's exactly what she says. And on the way home, he gets the idea that when he gets home, he just says, "Fuck it, I'm unhappy in my marriage." He just leaves his wife and he just leaves the house, and the whole movie is following him on his one night, as he really doesn't know he doesn't know where he's going. He doesn't really have any sense of a purpose anymore. He's just trying to find out who he is, which I guess is the best way to describe it. And by find out who he is, I mean always stop at brothels, find prostitutes, buy a knife, just see what kind of trouble he can get into. I'm not going to spoil it, but it's actually very entertaining and very funny. William H. Macy's character is very well developed. He's an antsy guy, very impatient, and doesn't understand a lot of people. That's the main part. He doesn't understand people, and there are very funny scenes patterned through it where he goes to a strip club and pays one of the dancers $10 to get a dance, and after a while he's like, "This isn't worth it," and it's him trying to get his money back, and it's hysterical. He tries to pay for a prostitute with asks if he can he doesn't know, so he goes in and tries to pay with a credit card. That's Mina Safari's character, and then she's like, "No, get the fuck out of here and come back when you have money." So he goes out to try to find an ATM and goes from there. What kind of trouble he gets into, I'm not going to spoil it. It's actually got a very great cast. On the back, let's see, Mina Savari, who I just said, Denise Richards and Julia Stiles, and that's actually Biling on there. She's the prostitute, or not the prostitute, the stripper that he tries to get his money back from. But it's very, very good movie. I don't know, there's not really much else I can say about it without spoiling it. Very well developed character. He's a blast to follow throughout the entire movie. He's hysterical, and there's never a slow moment in the movie. And that's one thing there's a setup to the movie, but it just goes with it. That made absolutely no sense. I apologize for embarrassing myself like that. I apologize for confusing you. No, I'm gonna stop talking. I'm just gonna sound like a giant asshole. But yeah. So William H. Macy is a lot of fun to follow from beginning to end. The movie's very fast-paced. I was never bored. I watch it again. I'm still never bored. It goes by very fast, and it's very sad that it's only 82 minutes, but what else could they have really done with it? All the other characters are great. It's very well directed. That's really all I can say for this. There aren't any scenes. There's scenes that I would love to point out in particular, but that would spoil the movie. All I can say is, and I love movies like this, movies like After Hours, where it just follows one person through one night, and that's another one. If you like this, and in the same way, this one's more of a drama with comedy. This one is a drama pretty much with comedy inserted in as well, just comedic relief, and the general characters being very clumsy and goofy. If I were to compare it to anything, it's like After Hours. It's like if Stuart Gordon directed After Hours, that's what it would be. because After Hours is another one of my favorite movies. Martin Scorsese movie where that's another one that I'm surprised. I thought more people have seen, but apparently not. After Hours, which is another one I recommend. That one's not a horror movie; it's a comedy, but a very, very dark and weird comedy. I mean, it's Martin Scorsese. A lot of, and especially hearing about the alternate ending that they were originally going to have, that very, very odd. But that's another one. It's like if Stuart Gordon directed After Hours. That's the best way to describe it. Yeah. Anyway, check out Edmond. Great movie, one of my personal favorites of the decade, one of the most underrated movies of the decade, and it's easy to find. You should be able to find it for cheap. There aren't many features on the disc. There's the Anatomy of a Thriller. I haven't watched that. Deleted scenes and a commentary, which I haven't listened to. Not that many, but it's worth it just for the movie alone, because it is a very rewatchable movie as well. But, yeah. Anyway, that was my review. Good night, everybody.